Let's go to CM Punk's return.
I don't even care. I don't even care.
It's crazy, though.
Yeah,
but he's employed through Fox.
But you want to hear something really funny?
Yeah.
So it happened.
It happened.
Okay. It did not light the world on fire.
Well, I mean, it's a commentary position.
On a Fox show.
Yeah. Right.
Now, of course, the next question is, when is he going to wrestle again? My problem is this is a guy that said he didn't want to wrestle again. Would never work for WWE again. Mm-hmm. Ever. Okay. I know you say never, especially when it comes to the WWE.
Yeah.
Especially. Okay? Yeah. But he was one of those guys that made it sound like his conviction was such that he would never go back. He felt like the one guy that would never go back. The only reason why he went back, I have to believe, is money.
Fox threw him a 6-figure deal to go be a co-host on their backstage show.
But even for him to come in like, hey man, like you think it's going to be like this, but it's going to be totally different because I'm CM Punk. And you know what? Pipe bombs. You're going to get that every week. And it's like, no, you're not. You're not going to get that. You're not the same guy. I mean, I actually had nothing but respect for him. Even more so, the fact that he went through UFC. Mm-hmm. And went through it twice. Yeah. Got his ass handed to him.
Yeah.
But he went there.
He could have quit after the first, but he was like, I will try again.
I will try again.
I lost again.
He lost. But hey, how many people say, oh yeah, I could do that, but never even try it? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and to be blunt, at his age, he wasn't going to start at the bottom of the card and work his way up. With his name, they were going to push him to the top as quickly as possible. They didn't push him in a title match.
Yeah.
They did that with Brock Lesnar. I think his first match was Frank Mir with the title match.
He flukishly
barely won.
Barely won.
Like, I still watch... I watched that match a couple times, and every time I go, holy fuck. Like, he's hammer fisting the shit out of Frank Mir.
Yeah.
You know, who managed to get an ankle lock on Brock Lesnar, and then finally beats him. I was like, holy fuck. It did not make this monster of a man.
Getting fucking hammer, but with a fist this big.
Repeatedly, and still just being like, yeah, just fucking tap her, I'll break your ankle.
Yeah.
But I lost a ton of respect for CM Punk. Especially because I thought, if anything, he would go and do something with AEW.
Yeah. But it doesn't sound like they want him. Jericho commented and said, we don't need CM Punk.
No, but they did offer him money.
Yeah.
They offered him money, and he turned that down to take this deal. So, of
clearly
course...
he got more money doing...
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. But Jericho, of course, is going to say, well, we don't need him. Because they don't. I'm not saying they needed CM Punk.
They don't. They probably have too much talent as it is right now.
So much so that they barely show any other women wrestling. They have, like, one match a week, possibly two if you count Dark. Mm-hmm. But they don't always have women wrestling. And they have a solid roster, but, like, Sadie Gibbs is one of their standouts, and I have yet to see her wrestle on the show. I've watched almost all the episodes. But, having said that, so they didn't need him, but it would have been mutually beneficial for both of them if he agreed to do something. But because he didn't, and then took this deal, I'm like, oh man, like the one guy that said, I don't do it for the money. Like, he walked away from the WWE, big money contract, and made enough that he didn't really have to do anything. Yep. He made enough on his UFC stuff, you know what I mean? His wife, that's the other thing too. Now they're like, well, when is she coming back? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is he back though? Like, do you consider him back if he's not actually employed by WWE?
Not in that sense.
It's a strange situation.
But it's a WWE show. So, I mean...
ran by Fox.
But even if, like, it's a little bit of mental gymnastics for you to do it. Like, I mean, you could say, well, Fox is the one signing the checks, but you're still working for the WWE on some capacity.
Yeah, Fox is signing the checks, but I mean, you can't tell me, like, Vince is sitting back going, oh, I'm totally cool with this guy repping my company, even though you're paying for him. Like,
they all agree. They're all fine with him coming back.
Be cool with it.
Yeah. But I feel like next thing you know, Punk's gonna be back in a WWE ring.
Well, this is just the first step.
And then I'm just gonna be like, man, like, Because, like I said, huge amount of respect for him, okay? I mean, I'm not going to tell you he was one of the best wrestlers of all time, because he wasn't. He was one of the best wrestlers during his run, because his run wasn't, because his style was different, but he always did seem a little sloppy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There were a couple of times where I was like, jeez, you know? And then, you look at a guy like Daniel Bryan, very similar style, but then you're like, okay, but that's the difference, right?
I mean,
he's really
good. I like CM Punk.
I liked his style.
He's great on the mic.
I liked his promos.
But
that's the other thing. He was a really good promo during a period where there weren't really a lot of good promos.
It was the PG era, and he just really stood out.
Yeah. But there... I don't want to look back at it and be like, I'm shitting on him for everything. I loved him. I loved his stuff. I loved his promos. And I do feel like there was a lot of Triple H saying this guy's not as good as everyone says he is, so we're not gonna push him. And Vince was just like, yeah, he's got all those tattoos and he doesn't drink or smoke. Like, what the fuck? I don't get it, and nobody gets it, so we're not gonna push him. And then he kind of forced them, and they really fucked up the Summer of Punk. Really fucked that up. So I understand why he left. I don't understand why he would be back by proxy.
Yeah.
Or, because he's WWE adjacent. He's not really at WWE, but he's, right there. He might as well be.
He's right there.
And if they're already saying, well, how long before he gets back in the ring? Well, exactly how long.
I'll tell you how long. If they release the next WWE game and CM Punk's in there as a playable character...
Oh, yeah.
That's how long.
Or, in the latest download, to fix all the various fucking issues with WWE 2020, I think it's called, or something like that. Man, did that ever just... what is wrong with them?
Horrible. The graphics look better in the PS2 games.
That's ridiculous, too.
They're all glitchy and awful.
But the amount of fucking glitches, though, is ridiculous.
Why? So, I don't know, we're, Survivor Series time right now?
Oh, yeah. Sunday. This Sunday is Survivor Series.
Okay, so let's say the Fiend goes undefeated for 6 months, and then on backstage...
Hold on, Ken.
On backstage, the Fiend takes out CM Punk.
I'm actually going to stop you right there. I understand where you're going with this. I'm going to stop you right there, okay? They've already fucked up the Fiend.
Oh, yeah. With the disqualification match?
The no disqualification match, but the ref stopped it because he felt that Seth Rollins took too much of... Or no, the Fiend took
That's
too much
only because Saudi Arabia paid them more money to have Fiend win there.
No.
No?
No. That's another classic Vince move where he goes, yeah, they're dumb. They'll love it.
Yeah.
Because they rushed into this. They should not have put the Fiend in a world title match so soon, okay? Especially when they're having Seth Rollins do this weird, I don't know what they were trying to do with him, but they made him into this weird baby face where he, critiques indie wrestlers, makes fun of how much they draw, but then goes back on it. Granted, he said he was sorry, and it wasn't the right thing. But then he comes out and he keeps saying burn it down all the time. They're really trying to make him the next Roman Reigns, which is stupid, because they had Roman Reigns saying suffer and succotash, son. Stuff like that, right? But anyway, so then they push the Fiend into this feud.
It was too quick.
It was too quick.
I agree with that.
Because the point would have been, you have to have the Fiend win. So then they figured, well, how do we get out of this match?
Yeah. Without
having either man lose, right? Or have it so that, okay, Seth loses, but he doesn't lose the title. Yeah. And the Fiend wins without making anyone look bad. Well, we'll come up with a DQ finish for a no disqualification match. Okay, so that's stupid.
Stupid ending.
And then they go back.
Though he's still undefeated as a Fiend.
Okay, yeah, but here's the other part, too. They also made it an incredibly competitive match. Yeah. It would have been more interesting if the guy that beat Brock Lesnar within, 6 minutes? Because he pummeled him with chairs, remember, at WrestleMania? Yeah. And then beat him. Gets destroyed by the Fiend in about 4 or 5 minutes. Gets maybe a little bit of offense in the beginning, and then it's just all old school Undertaker. Okay. Yeah. Hits him with one move, puts the fucking mandible claw on him, wins. Everyone goes, what the fuck? Now the storyline for Seth Rollins is, I was totally unprepared. I had no idea what I was getting into. I got to get back. I got to regroup, right? Now you have him on a redemption thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you could even do the rematch the next month. Same thing happens. He gets beat even quicker now. Okay, for sure, I got to regroup. That's it. He's had his 2 shots with the title. Bump him down. Throw someone else. Just throw anyone at the Fiend at this point. Now you've got your 6-month undefeated streak. And in that time, if you still want Seth to be the guy to take the title off him, build him up at that point, right?
Yeah.
Or build up anyone else other than that. Hell, like you said, you could even do the CM Punk thing.
Well, now they switch brands now, though, right? Like, isn't Seth still on Raw?
Yeah, he is, but it doesn't matter, right? Like, no. I'm just saying, like, in terms of that storyline, you could even have that, okay, well, now the brand split.
Yep.
So he's on SmackDown, and then Rollins is on Raw, but his storyline could be like, that's still eating him up. So now he's got to beat all these guys, and then eventually make himself so worthy that he's like, Vince, put me on SmackDown. I want to take that title.
Yeah.
You know? There's ways around it. But they fucking shot themselves in the foot by going, oh, the Fiend is so hot right now. So hot right now.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Though, admittedly, I love the fucking Fiend. Like, as soon as I was like...
Actually, to be honest...
As soon as I saw it, like, his first appearance, I was like, oh!
I don't know what I like more, though.
I love Bray Wyatt, too.
I think I like Bray Wyatt in the Funhouse more. Like, that actual weird kiddie show that he's got.
And then it gets all... And then the music goes with... you know what? I love dramatics. That's why I've always loved The Undertaker and Kane and Mankind. I just,
like, The Fiend...
Gangrel, I guess, at first. But.
The Fiend is great. Like, I love The Fiend. Like, and I love that The Fiend is the one that's doing the wrestling.
Yeah.
But I love Bray Wyatt's character right now, where he's talking about The Fiend as if he's a separate person, for one.
Yeah.
But even something as simply as just like, hey, it's okay, Seth. I always forgive and forget. But you know who doesn't? He never forgets. And he never forgives. You're just like, Jesus Christ. Like, when they first started doing those promos, I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
This is weird shit.
Yeah.
But then they did that slight hint of darkness. I went, oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
This is good.
I love it.
I
love it. Like,
those promos were so good. I don't like...
His acting is
on
solid.
the one. Apparently it's all him, too.
Yeah.
Like, it's him and one guy in their storyboarding, but it's almost universally him. And that's it. And I'm just like, I understand why they put him in the title match so soon. I get it. It's just, it was a stupid move.
Yeah.
It was a stupid move.
It was too quick.
So then you have a highly competitive match with a stupid finish. Okay, fine. Yeah. Then the next one, Saudi Arabia, highly competitive match again, but this time he wins, and he wins definitively. Okay, fine.
And, like, pretty much made him look immortal in the case. Like, oh, he's getting fried. Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah, but it's still just like, and also I understand, too, it's kind of hard to do, like, a magic sort of supernatural gimmick in this day and age. I get that part, too. But no one's questioning the Undertaker. Yeah. We all know it's fake, but no one's going like, Thunderbolts, really? Or lightning?
Yeah, really? Yeah. There's a ceiling in here, idiot.
Mm-hmm. Right? So
I mean, personally, I think, okay, he beats... Who's he fighting? Survivor Series? Daniel Bryan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's going to beat Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
And then he stays undefeated. And then
he has to stay undefeated.
And then I think because I mean he's on Fox now. He's on SmackDown on Fox, right? CM Punk's on Fox. CM Punk's on Fox. Yep. So I think if you have him just commenting and going out the Fiend and like dissing on the Fiend, Fiend shows up on backstage. Lights go out.
Yeah.
Mandible Claw and CM Punk, and now you got your WrestleMania match.
I agree.
CM Punk returns to WrestleMania to fight the Fiend.
I agree.
Big money.
I also don't think that that's their big Mania main event match, though. It's going to be like...
It's going to be some old school
it's going to be Brock Lesnar and Cain Velasquez again.
Yeah.
Well, because Cain Velasquez signed a full contract.
You think they're going to...
But he signed like a Brock Lesnar contract.
Right.
So
whenever.
Yeah.
Whenever I feel getting on a plane and
although, like... There is a heavy feeling that there's a possibility that Rey Mysterio beats Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series for the title.
That would be nuts.
Well, it's a no disqualification match. Yeah. Which we know now that doesn't necessarily...
That doesn't mean anything.
No disqualification. But the argument could be that now, because 2 weeks ago, Rey Mysterio beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar with a fucking fake-looking lead pipe. But it was still...
Yeah.
The concept was it was a lead pipe.
Yeah.
But he jumped him, beat the fuck out of Brock Lesnar. And then Brock wasn't on Raw this week because of it. And I was just like, huh, okay. But then when I read the article on What Culture, they had formulated this theory that... Or no, sorry, that's not... It was this other one that I read. Beyond the Ropes? I can't even remember now. But anyway, there's two primary sites.
Shout out to that other place.
That other place that at some point I'll remember it. My apologies. But they had formulated a theory that this could be leading for a massive just Ray throws every fucking thing at Brock Lesnar, and then possible Velasquez run-in to take the belt off Brock, put it on Ray, so Ray gets his run out to the sun, or right off into the sunset run with his title to, put over some younger guy to have him win the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I'd be down with that.
I'd be down with that because my only problem with the Cain Velasquez feud with Brock Lesnar was that Brock Lesnar had the belt for it.
Yeah.
And then again, I was like, okay, but you put Velasquez in there. So what? Brock Lesnar beats Velasquez? So then what was the point of signing him?
Yeah.
Right? So that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
But so my thought was, okay, so then you'll give the belt to Velasquez, but now, at least when Brock came back and then hot-shotted to the belt, you were still but he wrestled for almost 3 years in WWE. He wrestled for, I think, 1 or 2 years in New Japan. Then went to UFC. So, I mean, it makes sense to me. I'm okay with it, right? And also because his victory was so, different and dominating that I was like, oh, fuck! And then he had that crazy long run that I was like, this is actually refreshing.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, no. You don't need a 3-year run, you asshole.
It's done now.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, but it wasn't 3 years. It took a month off.
Although
here. I switched belts there.
My theory is ultimately Brock's run is going to take him up to WrestleMania again, and Roman Reigns is going to be the guy that beats him in the main event again. Because they feel like at this point now they'll be able to have Roman Reigns over as their top babyface, which I don't think is ever going to happen. I think.
Is Reigns on Raw or is he on SmackDown?
He's on SmackDown.
Okay.
No.
He's on, and Lesnar's on Raw now.
Lesnar's on Raw.
So it could be Rollins and Lesnar again.
But Baron Corbin and Reigns are on SmackDown. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, because King Corbin is again feuding with Roman Reigns.
How exciting.
That is definitely not the word I would use at all to describe this.
That sounds the type of match where you go take a shit. Maybe grab some nachos.
They recently had King Corbin do a promo in which he talked incessantly about how Roman Reigns, because they call him the big dog, you know that?
Yeah.
Has no testicles.
He's neutered.
Smells like the excrement that is found in his yard.
Very clever, King Corbin.
Actually introduced him, and it was a dude in a bulldog mascot costume.
Okay.
Right? So what's going to happen this week on SmackDown? He's going to call out the same dude in a mascot costume, and wouldn't you know it, Roman Reigns is going to be in that costume.
Yeah.
And how is it that you're going to get your babyface over as a super babyface? By doing exactly what they had The Rock do and Austin do. Dress up in a full costume and then, surprise!
Oh, it's Roman Reigns!
It's me, the big dog, Roman Reigns.
So exciting.
You know? Oh wait, hold on. They didn't do that with The Rock. They never had The Rock ever wear any stupid costumes. That's right, they didn't do that with him, and he was over huge. Huh. Did they do that with Austin? No, they didn't do that with Austin. Wait, did he dress up as Santa Claus one year?
I mean, he might have.
He might have. I don't think he did.
He drove a beer truck, though.
Because I'm pretty sure that if they would have said, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to have The Rock, you know how, because you call yourself the bionic redneck, right? We're going to actually have The Rock call you out. But it's going to be a dude dressed up like the Terminator, you know, bionic. And he's going to be drinking beers like you because he's a redneck, you know what I mean? And then he'll give him the rock bottom, and drop the elbow, and everyone will hate him because he's beating on a phony, bionic redneck. But the next week, we're gonna have you wear the costume, huh? And Austin would be like, no fucking way, no fucking way. There's no fucking way I'm doing that because that's dumb, and I'm already over huge. This will make me look like a fucking bitch. I'm not doing that. Fuck that shit. And they go, yeah, I don't know what we were thinking. Yeah. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Who wrote this?
So stupid. Why would we ever do this? Yeah. But so, yeah. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. Okay. King Corbin is really good at getting heat. Mm-hmm. Okay? He fills a role. Yeah. Vince seems to think he's a main event heel. He isn't. No. Okay?
He's Bob Backlund.
Vince is also writing his material. I don't know this for sure, but I'm willing to bet that he's writing his material.
I think it's something to do with Corbin always saying how great Vince is.
Do you remember earlier in this little rant here that I mentioned that at one point Roman Reigns had actually said, "Suffering succotash, son"? Yep. You know who wrote that for him?
Vince?
Yeah! Yeah! And who thinks shit is funny? Vince.
That's crazy. That guy named the Big Dog would be quoting a cat.
Yeah. Okay, so...
so that is... The CM Punk, a little bit
that's right.
AEW, a little bit of Fiend, and then
just a wrestling rant because I'm still a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel good? You got some of it out?
Yeah, I got some of it out.
Good.
I mean, I feel all right.
Good.
There's more, but we don't have all night.